So if you can give me your name, your date of birth, and where you were born.
Okay, my name is Fannie Lee Brown. I was born November 26, 1955, and I was born in Macomb, Mississippi.
Macomb? Mm-hmm. Mississippi, okay. And so what were your parents' names?
My mother's name was Mary Frances Wells. My father's name was Willie Wells.
Okay. And any brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have 7 brothers and 4 sisters. One sister died at birth, and I have 3 sisters that's still living.
And can you tell me their names?
Well, I have, in all that's still living is 3 brothers and 3 sisters. But do you want all 10 of their names?
Yeah.
Okay, my oldest brother was LC, which meant Long Wells. And my oldest sister was Barbara Louise Wells. And the next one was Willie Lee Wells. And my brother Eddie James Wells. And my brother Larry Wells. And my brother James Earl Wells. And my brother Anthony Wells. And then there came me, which is Fannie Lee Wells, that was my maiden name, and my baby sister Patricia Wells, and my baby brother Charles Felix Wells.
So we got them all?
Yes.
Okay. And so what kind of work do they do?
Well, my oldest sister that's still alive, which is Barbara, she retired to Georgia. She's 67 years old. She moved home to Georgia where her husband was raised and brought up. And that's where she retired to. And
what was she doing? What kind of work was she doing?
She used to work at Bell Fiber. It was a...
was that here in Grand Rapids?
Yes, it was here in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
It was a box. They did boxes, I think.
Okay.
And she became an office manager before they, start weaning people out.
What you mean ringing people? Oh, you mean they were cutting the staff?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Before they start downsizing.
Downsizing.
And so she retired from there.
Okay.
And that's when she first came here at 17, I think she worked at Orthopedic Hospital.
Okay.
And she was the person that took care of the tools in surgery.
Okay.
Okay, now my brother Larry, he just retired.
So she worked with the doctors in the room.
Right.
When they're operating.
Right. And so my brother Larry, he just retired 2 months ago. Well, he retired from Steelcase. He took the buyout from Steelcase. He had been there like 30-something years, 37 years or something like that. And then he tried to retire for a while, but he got bored, so he went to work at St. Mary's. He just retired from there 2 months ago.
Okay.
My brother James.
From St. Mary's or
From St. Mary's.
Okay.
And my brother James.
He took the buyout from Steelcase.
Right, but then he went to St. Mary's because he was born. I think he worked there about 10 years before he finally retired.
Okay.
And so he just retired 2 months ago. And he's at home traveling a lot back and forth. He lived here in Grand Rapids, matter of fact, on Griggs. And my brother James, he's a retired veteran. He's on disability, a disabled veteran. And
from World War II or the Korean?
From
Korean War.
Neither one of those. He was
Vietnam.
My brother Eddie was in Vietnam. My brother James went to. I don't think he really saw no action.
Okay.
I think he was just in the army. But my brother Eddie, he did the Vietnam War. That's the one that came home and got the Purple Heart, the Bronze Star. He received all that in the Army and came home and got killed by a car on the side of the road.
Ooh.
They had a big write-up in the newspaper when he died about that.
You know what, I kind of heard that wasn't over by Cascade or something, was
No, he was on the expressway on the way home for Christmas from Chicago.
Okay.
And you know how in the olden days they used to put salt on the side of the road?
Right.
And his car had stopped, so he went to walk up to get the salt. He got struck by a guy in a car. And he had been through the Vietnam War, like I said, and got the Brown Star.
Do you know why he got the Purple Heart or Bronze Star? And what was his name again?
Eddie James.
Eddie James, okay.
Mm-hmm. He the one was in the Vietnam War.
Okay.
And his daughter went to the Army. And I had a niece, Connie, went to the Army, and then I had another niece, Teresa, my brother James' daughter. She went to the Army too. They followed in their father's footsteps. But and let me see who left. Me, I'm on disability. I'm not supposed to be working. I'm supposed to volunteer. And so my health is a problem for me right now. So my doctor have told me that I got to start back on.
Because you have asthma
and sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis. Okay.
And then I have congestive heart failure. So the heart failure came along after the lungs. My lungs was so congested that it put strain on my heart. So that's what the congested heart failure came from. Because I was putting too much stress on my...
Did you have that since you were young? Or?
Well, I had asthma. I always been a sickly child. When I went in the South, I really don't remember because I never got to play, because in the South they didn't understand what asthma was all about. So I had to sit still. I couldn't play like the other kids. Only time I remember start playing when we moved here in Grand Rapids, and I was in 6th grade when we moved here.
Okay, you were in 6th grade. So what did you do if you couldn't play?
I just sat and watched my brothers and sisters.
At the school?
No, at home, everything.
At home? Okay.
I went to school, but I wasn't allowed to go out for recess and stuff like that. I couldn't run and jump.
What school did you go to? I mean, where?
Here in Grand Rapids?
No, in there, in Macomb.
It was called, I don't know what the school. I was in elementary. I can't remember, but I know where it's at. I remember. It's
in town? Was it in town?
We had to walk like from about 7 or 8 miles away from our house to get to our school. And then we stayed there all day, and my dad, it was a cafe across from the school, so my dad paid weekly for us to eat lunch there where we wouldn't have to walk home because we wouldn't have time to get back to elementary. And the famous high school I was looking forward to going to was called Higgins High School. But when I got into 6th grade, and our class trip was to Pontchartrain Beach in Louisiana. And so I didn't get to do any of those special things my brothers and sisters did because we moved here. So I felt cheated. But I moved here.
But what was it like there? What was the house like? Was it in the town or in the farm?
Our house was in town. It was in town. We didn't live on a farm, but we had chickens, hogs, you know.
In the town?
In town. We had a road that was not paved.
Okay.
You know, and the house now, I have a picture of it. I wish I would have remembered. I would have brought the little picture. The house that I lived in with 10 brothers and sisters, it had my mother's bedroom where we had 2 beds in it for the girls, and then in the back room was 1 bed for 2 beds for the boy, and we had a kitchen, and we had an outhouse. But my father ended up years later adding a den.
In the town, you had a house?
In town.
Was that town crowded?
No.
Oh, okay.
Man, our neighbors, we was like from here, maybe, because everybody had their own chickens and stuff. They had gates and stuff, you know, for their cows and stuff like that.
They had cows in the town too?
Right. All that was in town.
This was a small town then?
Right, Macomb, Mississippi, because you go over the railroad track, you was in another county. It was in Pike County. You would be in Summit, Mississippi, another county. You ride over the railroad tracks, you was over.
So who lived in the town? Was it mostly black people or?
Yeah, it was all black.
It was all black.
All
and
black.
Across the tracks?
Across the railroad tracks, you know what was across the railroad tracks.
Was all white?
Right.
Okay, so it was kind of divided.
Right, always because of the South.
Because it was the South, it was
segregated. But I never felt prejudice till I moved here. Racism till I got here.
So you didn't feel any prejudice in the South?
No, because we knew what they stood in Mississippi. We didn't bother them, they didn't bother us.
Right.
But here...
So you knew how it stood there?
We knew how to behave. Right. We knew what we stood with them. Okay. But when we moved here... In
Grand Rapids?
They were smiling...
You moved right to Grand Rapids?
Right. They were smiling in your face, but they didn't mean what they said.
Okay.
So like I said, moving here was the first time I ever experienced racism. Now my sisters and brothers, they was in all the marches and all that kind of stuff, but I never was able to participate.
Marches what, here?
No, in Mississippi.
Well, they had marches with King? People
all
like
of them.
So King went through there?
Right, yes. So they was in participating in things like that, but I wasn't old enough to do that.
But did you know what was going on?
Yes, I knew what was going on.
What did you think?
Well, I was maybe 5 years old. I didn't have no opinion.
No opinion.
It didn't mean it, you know.
Did you hear them talking?
There was a lot of hoo-way.
hooray in the house. So,
everybody happy.
Everybody was happy that was going.
They was very involved in it.
Okay, you saw your sisters and brothers.
Right.
Like that
very involved in it.
So in your family, they were involved.
Right.
Okay, do they talk about that today?
Well, my sister, she brings up stuff like that every now and then, but not too often, unless we talking about some kind of history or some, like the president being the first president. She would say, I remember, and my mom would say stuff, because that was one thing I regretted. My mom didn't live to see the first black president. Because she said that would never be possible. She said, but all things was possible through Christ. So she said, well, maybe one day. She said, but it won't be in my time.
So your mother was very religious?
Not very religious. She just made all her kids go to church every Sunday. And we was brought up in the church. Yeah.
And she was a housewife?
No, my mother worked.
Where did she work?
My mother was a housekeeper.
A housekeeper for someone else?
In the South, yes.
Okay. White family? Or?
Yes, Miss Crawford was her name. She was a very nice white lady. She was very good to our family. My father was a truck driver. He was on the road all the time. And then once we left...
And what year was this?
Ooh, I can't remember. I was born in...
40s, 50s?
It had to have been... I was in the 6th grade when I moved here. How old you be when you're in the 6th grade? Maybe?
I know because you were in 50.
I was born in 1955.
55. Oh no, you were young.
So it was in the 60s when I came. When I came.
And there was still that division and hatred down there?
Yes, it still was. Like I said, you didn't see it. We went on their side of town. We didn't, once you went across the track, you know what to expect.
Right.
And so
when you say you know what to expect, what does that mean?
That means that...
people get beat up?
No, I never saw anyone got beat up. Like I said, the first time I saw racism was here in Grand Rapids. I never saw it in Mississippi.
People just didn't get beat up, but they kind of felt it.
They just knew not.
You're in the wrong neighborhood.
Right.
But here, they smile in your face, you said.
They smile in your face and say things that they didn't really mean. It wasn't from their heart.
Like what?
Well, like I said, it was a lot of white people would say things and stuff, but you walk behind them and catch them saying ugly things about you.
So they would be gossiping behind your back.
Right.
And you could tell they were.
But I had some good white friends here when I moved here, because, like I said, the first time I ever spent the night with anyone, my first time was some white girls, a red-headed white girl.
Okay.
And
so what neighborhood was that when you came?
When we moved here, we moved in with my sister came here in November. By January, we was out of my sister's house, and my mom had found us a place over on Wealthy and big tall apartment building. They tore down behind the ones that's on Madison and
Wealthy and Madison, right around there.
Yeah, there used to be some big apartment behind that one that stands on the corner.
Right. But
it's tore down now. His house is there now. But we lived in that apartment.
So were there more African Americans living there?
You know what? I didn't really pay too much of the surroundings.
Or was it a white neighborhood?
It was Harrington Hill.
Okay.
But I think that complex was for people like us.
Okay.
And so my mother moved us from there, and that's when she decided to buy a home, and we ended up moving over on Logan and Guinea, what's in the East Grand Rapids area.
So this was like pockets of black people.
Right.
Like a building here or building there.
And
then you went to East Grand Rapids, that's more white.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, in the neighborhood we lived, which was on the corner of Logan and Gideon, it was a mixed neighborhood.
It was a mixed neighborhood over there.
Okay. And I was in the 7th, 8th grade there by then. But like I said, the black girls treated us so bad here because we had an accent.
Oh, okay, so there was a division between if you were from the South.
Right.
If you were from the South or from the North.
Right.
Even though you were both African American.
Right, but they treated us real bad because of our accent. They made fun of us and stuff. And, like I said, my mother had...
What you think about them? What you think about them?
My mother taught us to treat people the way we wanted to be treated. So we would, as far as I remember, we was nice. And we was new, so we was trying to make friends.
So you were nice, but I mean, did you think that they were
They was
trying
mean.
to show off?
They was
And you
mean.
think they were trying to show off?
No, they was mean.
They were just
They
mean.
was just mean kids.
They were just mean.
Mean kids. Yeah, it was the kids on the playground. You know, they would pick at us at school. And I was the kid. I was the quiet kid because, like I said, I never did play. All I had was friends with my brothers and sisters because I didn't play that much. So they would pick. I was the kid that would go stand by the door, and wait for the teacher to come to open the door.
Okay.
And they
So-
would pick at me at the doors.
They pick at you, but I mean, physically?
Yeah, physically.
So you had to get into a couple fights?
No, I didn't fight. My brother fought for me.
Your brother fought for
My
you?
brother that was a year older than me.
But he
for
fought
me.
with the girls?
Anybody that would mess with anybody in the family, he would fight.
He would fight. He don't care if they're boys
Right.
or
My
girls.
oldest sister nickname was Bobcat. Because
Okay.
that's what she did in the South. She fought for my brothers and sisters down there. We're a close-knit family.
Okay.
Very
So
close.
anybody that messes
Still
with the
today.
family, they're gonna,
Yeah,
their brothers and
right.
sisters are gonna get it.
Right,
And they had to do that in the
right,
beginning.
right.
Did it settle down after a while, or?
Yeah, it was no big issue. Like I said, I had a real good childhood. I really don't have anything to complain about as a childhood. You know, we was poor and didn't even know it. You know why? Because we had my mother love, and that kept us rich.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I never realized I was poor till now,
Right.
because we did everything together.
And there was
And
always
we
food?
had set rules. My mom, I can remember times when my mom tried to get on welfare and they wouldn't let her get on it because she wouldn't lie like her friends. Her friends owned homes and stuff, was renting out houses. They can go get, that's when they had commodity. They would go get food, they would get money and stuff, but my mother couldn't do it because she
What is
didn't want.
commodity? What does that mean?
It was commodity like cheese, canned meat, beans and stuff. Instead of giving you food stamps like they do today, they gave you
Okay.
commodity.
Commodity, I got you.
Right.
I get you now.
And spam and stuff like that.
So they had that, like from the warehouse, they come in with a box or something?
Right, you got that food,
And
and your
canned-
kids had
canned
food
meat,
every
canned
day at school. Like these kids, people now they get their food stamps and they sell them and stuff. Half the kids don't even eat. I think they should go back to commodity because the kids will have something to eat.
Okay.
But knowing them, they'll find a way to sell that.
Right.
But she couldn't get in. We got that for a couple years. But every year, whenever someone graduated in my family, the next child, that child that graduated would help the next child get their gown and cap. That's the way we did every year. Everybody would help the next child come out. The ones that got out before them, help them with their gown, their cap, their hats, their ring, class ring, all of that. We did that for each other.
So was that happening with other families?
I
That came like from the South?
like I said, it was just us and my family. I can't tell you about nobody else.
So you don't know anybody else that came from the South?
Not when we first moved here.
Okay.
No, we was the outsiders.
You were the outsider?
As far as I'm concerned, sure it was some more kids, but seemed like it was just us. And then I had a speech problem. I couldn't say anything with SPs or SWs, plus the accent. So I think and I was the quiet one. But I think and I didn't socialize with people. I think that's where my problem came from. I think in my lifetime of school, from the 6th grade to the 12th grade, I had 2 girlfriends. One was named Vanessa Woods and one was named Cheryl Weaver. There was only 2 girlfriends I ever had in high school.
So what do you think that was? Because of the way...
I think because I was quiet. I think I was just quiet.
But I mean, was it because you only played with brothers and sisters when you were younger?
Yes, I think.
Or I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, you sound like you're trying to.
Yeah,
But this is what I'm going to tell you. That's just the way I was.
Okay.
I don't have an explanation for it, but I just know that I was quiet. And it seemed like whenever I tried to associate with somebody, any girls, I got along better with boys than I did girls.
Okay.
Because I was good in track and field.
Okay.
Once I found out I could play, and the 6th grade, I'll tell you my first time I ran, I was in the 6th grade and they had like track and field the last day of school, and I found out I was a good runner and never had ran in my life. And so when I went through junior high stuff.
And what school was this?
Junior high was
I mean, the track and field.
It was at Sigsbee School in the 6th grade.
Okay.
And then when I went to junior high, was a school on the west side. What was it called? West Middle. And I had a girlfriend there, but I didn't do no track and field there. But when I got in high school, went to Iroquois Middle, which is now.
That's over here.
That was over on.
That's not the west side. That's over.
No, Iroquois is over
on the east side, right?
It's off. Ooh, I don't even know the name of the street no more. Iroquois. It was the old Iroquois. It was. I think the street was called Iroquois.
But it's the east side.
But it's the old Ottawa Hills.
Ottawa Hills.
And so once they built the new Ottawa Hills over on Rosewood, we transferred from there to the new. My brother was the first class in 1970 or 71 that graduated from the new Ottawa Hills.
I think it's around Boston or something.
It's on Rosewood.
Rosewood is the new one. The Ottawa.
That's the new Ottawa Hill.
Yeah.
And I graduated from there in 1974. I think my brother was the first class in 1970 or 71 that graduated from the new school.
And how was that school besides the
It was a good school. It was a good school. We had a swimming pool, all that in there. It was a very. They built it brand new.
It was a mixed school.
Yeah, it was a mixed school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so was that a high school, Ottawa Hills?
Yes, Ottawa Hills still is a high school
okay, so
today.
I mean, how was your high school years? What do you remember?
I was still quiet, but I liked the physical things, so I took advanced phys ed. I took my classes that I really liked, and I learned how to cook as a young girl because from the South. So I won a trophy in home economics for being a good cook in home economics. Then I got into gym real heavy, so I ended up taking advanced phys ed. Then I ran track, and I did the high jump, the relays, all that, and I won my high school letter for that. And when that was about it.
Now, what are your sisters and brothers doing?
Like I said, they retired. My sister Patricia.
I mean, at that time, what were they?
They was all working, having families.
Oh, they were already older.
Right.
So they're having family. You're the youngest.
No, I got a baby sister and a baby brother younger than me. I'm the last.
Okay.
I'm like
but your older sisters are having, and they're all here in Grand Rapids.
Right. I have a niece. My oldest niece, Klein. My niece Monique and Tara. We all grew up together because they were my sister kids. So we like brothers and we like sisters instead of aunts and stuff like that because we all grew up together. Because my sister, she was building her family. My brother James was off at the Army. He was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas.
Okay.
And he was having his family in Texas. My brother Larry lived on Thomas. My brother Charles was still in school. My sister Patricia was in college at Morris Brown College. So everybody was living their life.
But I mean, where's Morris Brown College at?
In Georgia.
In Georgia. So
it's a black college.
So she moved over there.
She moved there, my baby sister, to go to college once she graduated from high school.
Did she come back?
Yeah, she's back here now.
So you're in Wealthy in Madison, that area?
Mm-hmm, but we ended up moving on Logan and Giddens, and that's where we lived.
Logan and Giddens, which is not too far.
Until my mother died.
Not too far from here.
Logan and Giddens is over there in East Grand Rapids area.
East Grand Rapids, okay. And so, what was the neighborhood like? I mean, around here and there?
It was fun.
I mean, was it African American or?
It was mixed.
It was mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the park was what, Martin Luther King Park? Where you went to?
Well, we passed there to go to Iroquois Middle.
Okay.
Now we went there to swim as kids.
At the school or the park?
At the park. We used to go there to swim in the
summer.
So
what was it like at the park?
It was fun.
I mean, did people know each other pretty good? Or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When we went, it'd be about 5 or 6 of us in the neighborhood. And my mother's house was the house where all the kids hung out because she had all the kids.
Okay.
So everybody in the neighborhood hung out. Because when my mom died, there was so many people there, friends of ours that knew her. Because if they ran away or something, she always had a place for them to go.
So that was the neighborhood house, your mother's house?
My mother's
house. In terms
house.
of the kids?
Right.
In terms of the kids, so everybody kind of knew her.
Right. Everybody
Mama
knew
or
her.
something
Mama
like that.
house. That's what they call
That's
her.
what they call it, Mama's
Mhm.
house. Okay. Okay. So
I called her Madia.
you
That
call
was
her
my mom. We called her Madia
Madil?
when we was kids, and my dad was called Daddy
Okay.
instead of Daddy. Now the rest of the older ones called him Daddy and stuff like that, but all the younger kids had a nickname for him.
And it was called again?
And now my sister, my older sister, them called my mother Madia too. But my brother Eddie, he was raised in, like in the South, a lot of kids would go and live with their relatives and come back. My brother Eddie, that went to the Vietnam War, he went to New York and lived. So he came with proper etiquettes.
Okay.
So her name was Mother.
Okay. So he went to like college or something in New York.
No, he didn't go to college till he came back from the army. He
So
just
where
went
did
to
he get? I
New
thought New York
York.
is more street. I thought that's more street New York.
I don't know
But
too
he
much, but
came-
I know he came back
Proper-
different than the rest of us.
Okay.
Instead
Oh, but he
of-
was in the service though. That
Right, that helped him too.
That helped him with the etiquette.
Etiquette of
Right.
things, a lot of things that.
So okay. So we're talking about etiquette. So was your family middle class or working class or what do you call it?
We was poor.
You was
we
poor.
was poor.
You were.
Because my mother
There was no
raised
class,
all
just-
them single
just
kids
poor.
by herself. My
Okay.
mother left my husband, my father, and moved us here.
Why did she leave your father? Or if that's not personal?
She moved because he was abusing her. And her boys had got out at an age where they was trying to fight him.
So physically abusing her.
Right. And
Okay,
so
which-
the boys got a certain age where they wanted to fight him for hurting her. So she knew it was time for her to leave because she didn't want any of her kids hurt. It was
Okay.
fine for her to take it, but it wasn't fine for her kids to take it.
Okay.
So she left him.
And why did he do that? I mean, was he drinking or something, or?
I can't tell you. I was a
Okay.
little kid. I can't
Okay.
tell you.
So he just,
I just
or
know
was it just hereditary?
He was a good man Monday through Friday, hard working, went to work. Maybe he was a weekend alcoholic, I say.
Okay.
That's what I'll say.
My father was like
That's
that.
what I'll say, a weekend
Weekend.
alcoholic. That's
So
what
and after work on Friday, he'd party.
Right. And
He party on weekend.
we had to go stay with
And then
someone
he come
every
home jealous. Then he
weekend.
come home jealous.
Right, and then Monday through
Was it
Friday.
jealousy or just
But my
like-
father, no, Monday through Friday, you didn't hear a peek out of him. He watched baseball and he watched the news. And he was a good provider. But he didn't talk until he had a drink in him. And it would be from Friday to Sundays. And then
And he didn't drink beer.
I don't know. He used to
Okay.
go to a cafe. I was young. I
Okay,
can't tell you
okay.
that. My oldest sister didn't have to talk to you about all that.
Okay, no. It's all right. Okay, so that was after you grew up that your father left, or how did you
No,
feel that he left?
we moved. He didn't leave
That-
us.
I
We
mean,
left him.
You left him. That you,
Yes, and we
they
left
threw him
when
out.
I was
They
in the
threw-
6th grade
they
and
threw
moved
Dad
here.
out.
Yeah, we
Okay.
couldn't deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because my mother.
So what did he do after that?
He stayed in the South. He would come visit us. We would go home every summer. My mom and him never divorced.
Oh, okay.
But he just lived down there and we lived up here.
Oh, and down, when you say down there, what do you
In
mean?
Macomb, Mississippi, where I was raised.
Oh, he went to move to,
He
went back.
stayed in Mississippi. He never did come up here. My mom left him down
Oh,
there.
that's why you came up here.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you now.
Yeah. We moved here because my mother was being abused.
And he stayed down there, so he never.
He didn't even know we was leaving.
Did he come up here to visit, or you?
He came and visited us a couple times here, but we went every summer faithfully to visit
to
him.
visit him.
And because that's where all my relatives was. My aunts, my uncles, cousins, everybody lived there.
Okay.
That's where our family was.
So then what did he do there? You said.
He was a truck driver.
Oh, he stayed as a truck
He
driver.
stayed there, and then when we got older, I think he had a heart attack, and he started driving a taxi. Everybody knew him, the black people and the white people knew my father.
Okay.
Yeah, he was well known in
Because he
Mississippi.
drove the cab.
Yeah,
And that.
yeah.
Okay, and so is that so because you got that homo economics? Is that why you cook here?
No,
How long have you been cooking
I've been cooking since a little girl because we had chores and things. I think that's why we never got in trouble as kids because we had rules and regulations. We had to be in before it was dark, and in Mississippi it was a community that raised the neighborhood. Like when my mama was working, any of the neighbors told us what to do, we had to do it.
Okay, can you explain that? A community raised you.
Yeah, the community, the whole neighborhood raised us because.
I don't understand what that is.
Well, if any of my mother, father.
If you tell somebody else's kid, you're in trouble.
Okay, any of my mother, father, friends saw us and we was misbehaving, they had the right to spank us or tell my mom and dad. Matter of fact, in school, my brothers and them had a teacher that my father was raised up with. Now, if they got in trouble at school, they got in trouble at home. Because Mr. Nash would call my dad and tell him, well, your son acted up today in school. So we had to do what we respected grown-ups, no matter who they was. When they told us, they disciplined us. Not like these kids now. Anybody grown up or older, like my older sister. We respected my older sister, and she was one of them about 7 years older than the rest of us. But she was the oldest. Anyone that was older, you had to give them respect in the South. You didn't disrespect the older people in the South.
So that the families used the older siblings, the older
kids to raise the younger kids.
To raise the younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighbors also raised them.
Right. When the parents was at work or something like that. Everybody pitched in to raise the kids. The kids was never out running and ripping and running, didn't know where they were. So what do
you think about that system?
I love that. I thank God that I was brought up in the day and age that I was, because it was so much respect for yourself and other people. Today, that's not there.
What do you mean?
The kids not only respect themselves, how they going to respect anybody else?
What do you mean they don't respect themselves?
How they curse among each other. How they talk to each other. Now half of them don't even talk to each other. They don't text. They don't even communicate now. See, but we always had Sundays. Every Sunday the family was together. We sat down and ate meals together. These kids don't do that now. I thank God for that I was brought up in the day and age I was, because I know how to treat people. And these kids now, it's all about them. It's all about me, 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 me. It ain't about helping your fellow neighbor. It ain't about helping so-and-so, because they having a hard time. It's all about, no, I want this for me, it's mine. No, mine. These kids come out saying, mine. But I was brought up, and I still believe in that we're supposed to treat people the way we want to be treated, and to help what we can help. And don't be so selfish. Know that it's more about other people than you.
So I started asking, so what exactly do you do here at the community house? And
here at the community, what happened, I came here, I graduated from 12th grade. 5 years I worked at Metropolitan Hospital as a dietitian assistant. 13 years at St. Mary's in the dietary department in cold prep. I have always been around food. Then I worked at Met Farm, which was dealing with bird seeds, and then I worked for what was that place? The airport place. And then the last job I had was Cintas, which they downsized. So I was sick. Cintas, they clean uniforms. Cintas, C-I-N-T-A-S.
Okay.
And they did uniforms. I was a team leader there for 7 years. Then they was downsizing. But in the meantime, I was sick. With lung problems, which I have now. And they call it sarcoidosis.
Okay,
that's what Bernie Mac died from.
Okay, we can relax.
It was from, and then I have asthma.
Okay.
Plus, from the results of both of those, putting so much stress on my heart, it caused me to have congestive heart failure. So then, my doctor, after my job downsized and closed down, I took the money and left. And my doctor, I was sick then, but was in denial. I was still trying to work because I had worked all my life. And so, it caused me to stop smoking and all that, because that's what the time when they started making me go outside and smoke. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was some smoking that was causing my lung problem. But I always had asthma even as a kid. Like I said, in the South we had real oxygen tents they put over your head, but here they didn't. So that's the difference. And so once I took the buyout at Centos, my doctor, I started going to the doctor, and that's when he put me on disability because my lungs and then I had pneumonia. I got pneumonia 1 year real bad, and that's when they found out all the other stuff with the heart and all that. So my doctor put me on disability, so I got bored. So my niece kept telling me, because I was doing physical therapy, and I had got to the point after the physical therapy was over, I started feeling better, but I still had problems with breathing, I had to be on the machine and all that. After that, I started getting bored. I can only clean so much of the house. And so my niece, I was getting like depressed, sitting around the house not doing anything. A year later, and so she told me about AARP. And that's how I found out about AARP. And I found out you go through them, you can do a job, but it's not considered as income. Because that's what I worried about, because I had started getting disability, but it didn't count as income, so I was able to do that. Plus I was getting out of the house every day. And so I started feeling good about getting out of the house. So I've been here 2 years now.
Okay. And you're cooking here?
I'm not a cook. I'm a daycare provider. I help in the kitchen, in the daycare, and I help in the seniors department in the kitchen.
Oh, you help in the kitchen because they know you used to be a cook. Prep and cook.
Right, and I can do that if I have to. But most of the time, the kids get their program, their food from the Grand Rapids Public Schools. They get lunches that come into the schools, and it's already fixed up. And in the senior department, they get their food from food program, seniors food program. And it's already fixed up in pans, but we season it to the people's liking here.
Okay.
So that's all we do.
So it's like a senior program or
right,
something?
Right.
Asset or something? I think it's called Asset.
Is that what it's called? Okay, well, I just know it's a senior program.
I don't know.
I don't know about the access. I never heard that, but I know it's senior meals. They take them to the homes and stuff like that.
Meals,
But here, they bring it here, and they be in long pans, just like when you was in high school, you got lunches and stuff. We season it to the people's taste here.
Okay. Okay, and what do you mean to the people's taste? What kind of people here?
We eat greens, we eat turkey necks, we eat what else? Barbecue ribs, stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Those are the people.
Yeah, and that's what they like.
Okay. Okay. So what do you see now as your future? What do you see?
Well, right now my doctor is getting ready to send me back to physical therapy, so I'm getting my 2 weeks notice here. Yeah, because I got to go back.
On camera, you're giving your
Yes, I told them already.
Oh, you already told.
Yes, I wouldn't be telling you if I hadn't told them. I do the right thing.
No, but I'm
to
just
the best of my ability.
So you're not thinking about coming back? It's just.
Well, I told Miss Anita that once I find out what my day is going to be for physical therapy, I know it's going to be 3 to 4 days a week. I got to go there. I told him whatever day that I have left, would it be all right for me to come back and see the seniors, and she said yes.
Okay.
Plus, if the Lord's will, November the 26th, I would be 60, and I could qualify to come to the senior program down here where they can serve me instead of me serving.
So you want to retire? That's what it is.
I don't want to retire. I'm just going to do what
you do work in 2 kitchens.
Right, but one is only for 2 hours, and the senior program is 4 hours.
Okay.
And so, they just gonna have to get someone like they did me through AARP, and they didn't want me to leave when my year was up, so they hired me in. And now I'm getting back struggling with my lungs and heart again, so my doctor says it's time for me to let it go. It's time for me to get back into physical therapy. So I'm planning to be a senior down here when I turn 60 and let them feed and take care of me some.
Any final thoughts?
I just think I done lived a very good life. I thank my mother and my father for who they were and what part they played in my life. I want to especially thank my brothers and sisters because they always been there for me, and all the people that have been involved in molding and shaping me. So I just want to thank God for all of that.
Did we talk about your children or no?
I have one son.
Okay, what's
His name is Jerry.
Okay.
He's 42.
Okay.
He lives with me, trying to take care of me.
Okay.
But you know a mother. That's my baby. He's always going to be my baby, no matter what.
And how was he growing up? Did you have a hard time with him? Or?
No, my son Jerry was a sport. I spoiled him very. He was the only child, so I spoiled him royally.
Did he start working or?
Oh, he works. Yes, he worked.
Okay.
He worked. All I can remember, he had worked. A lot of different jobs, but he worked.
But I mean,
because he liked his mama. He saw his mama work all the time. In order to have money, you gotta work.
What type of different jobs did he do?
He have always worked in manufactories, factory jobs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so did he ever get married or no?
Never got married, no grandkids, no kids.
Okay.
Nope. That's the only thing I'm
Your
missing, no
son,
grandkids.
your boy.
Huh?
Your son, your boy.
Yes, he don't have no kids, and I have no grandkids.
What about the dad? What about the dad?
His dad lived in Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Me and him was divorced 5 years after we had him.
So you guys divorced before you moved up here?
No, I graduated in '74.
Right, and then you went back?
I got married. No, he was here in Grand Rapids.
And he moved back there?
He moved back there after we got divorced.
Oh,
He's been down there ever since.
So he had family there already?
Yes, just like I had family. His mother lived down there, but his sisters and him lived up here.
So you were in common because you had...
Him and my brother was very good friends.
Very good friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how I met him. He was more like a brother, really.
Okay.
Till I graduated from high school, and he told me he liked me.
So you're going to be on vacation, basically. So what are you going to do?
I'm not going to be on vacation.
Well, I mean,
I'm going to be
in treatment. You're going to be in treatment.
Right. So I'm going to try to come out of denial, because I've been in denial about my illness for a couple of years now. But I feel it. My body's telling me that I got to do what my doctors say.
Now you're saying denial, so
I didn't want to.
You did smoke for a while, for a long time.
Oh, I had stopped smoking before they diagnosed me, though.
Okay.
Because I couldn't, like I told you, they had got what you have to go outside and smoke, and every time I go outside to smoke, I was breathing in the cigarette smoke plus the cold.
Right.
So I couldn't do it. That's when the cough started.
Okay.
And that's what sarcoidosis is, a chronic cough.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Yes, it's a chronic cough. It has to do with your, they don't know, what they tell me, they don't know what causes it and why it comes, but only people of color, like Chinese and us, gets this.
The sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis. You almost,
Sarcoidosis,
yeah. People of color get it. But I believe it's hereditary, because what they were struggling so hard to find out what it was with me for like 3-4 years. And my cousin in Mississippi told me to tell my doctors to check me for it, because my half-sister had it down there and found out that's what it was, but they don't know what causes it. They just know people of color did that.
So, okay, if you wanted to, like, your son will see this, and so will your sisters and brothers, and their nieces and nephews and all that.
It's about family. It's all about family.
It's about family. So,
And it always will be.
Okay, it's about family. Okay, so what do you want to tell them about who you are and what you're about?
They know who I am. They're
Okay.
my family. They know me.
Okay, what do you want to remind them of who you are?
That I love them all, and they will always be the last things on my mind, and the first thing on my mind. My family always come first for me, and they always will. It's something that on my mom's deathbed, she wanted her kids to stay together, and that's what my oldest sister does. She makes sure, like, matter of fact, 4th of July we was all together. We do a lot of family things, Christmas, holidays,
What you do on the
Thanksgiving.
4th of July?
We in at my niece's house, Monique, the best party we done had in years. Because my oldest sister normally keep that stuff up. But she's in Georgia now. So the nieces I continue to carry that on for the young kids, like my little nephews and nieces and cousins. They still sticking together like me and my nieces did. Their kids are getting along with each other. It's all about family. You got to spend time with family for you to stay together. And you got to let bygones be gone. You can't sit up and judge other people because we all have issues. We all have something going on in our life. So how can I talk about you and your stuff is no better than my stuff is no better than yours? My thoughts, my behavior, anything. So you just got to let people be who they are and love them no matter what, just like Jesus Christ loved us unconditionally. That's why mothers are the most, I think, of hell, people's close to God as God can get to God, because they love unconditional. Mothers do just like Jesus did. They love unconditional, no matter what their kids is, who they is, what they went through. They gonna love them no matter what.
So you're really deep into the church now.
I have always been brought up in the church. I believe in the Word. I can't say I'm deep in church. What you mean by that, I don't know, but I believe in the Word.
I'm just saying.
I believe in the Word. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I believe that. That's all I can tell you about that.
But you're not in the church all the time.
I go to church. Yes, I go to church.
Okay, so you go to church every day?
Yeah, because I was brought up in the church.
Sundays?
Yep, and Wednesdays for Bible study,
and what
prayer
church?
meeting with Zion Missionary Baptist Church on Logan and Henry.
Okay.
No,
you say that with pride.
I love it. I love my pastor, Pastor Clifton Rose. He's a very good teacher. You know, good pastor.
So are you actively involved with the church?
No, I'm not, but my whole family is. They get on me that I'm not. But like I said, I'm not that person. I don't blend in with a lot of people. I'm a loner. That's me. And I can't do what they want me to do because that's what they do. I got to be me.
So your family is part of that church?
Yes, they all in the church there.
So when you go to church, you go see your family at the same time?
No, I don't go see them. I go to hear the Word, but they're there.
But they're there?
Right. I don't go to see them because I see them no matter what.
So, but you're tight with your family, then?
Yes, I'm very close with my family. But the way you said it, you said you go to see your family. No, I don't go there to see my family. I go to hear the Word. And see,
they just happen to be there.
That's because that's what we was. All our family is in the church there. We all there.
Okay.
My brother Larry is on the deacon board. Not the deacon board. My brother-in-law Walter is a deacon, and my niece Connie is a Sunday school teacher. My sister Patricia, she's in the women's ministry. My niece Tara, she's hospitality. My great niece Deja, she's in the junior choir and she's hospitaler and she's an usher. She's 10 years old. I'm the only one that don't do anything in church. I'm the one that when I go to church, I go to hear the Word and I want to come out. I don't want to stand and conversate. I go there to hear the Word, and that's what I do. I go here and I try to apply it to my life. I can't sit around, and if you stay around too long in the church, you're going to pick up some of them bad habits. And I don't want to pick those bad habits out. Sometimes in church, there's some rough folks up in there. Just because everybody in church don't mean everybody going to heaven.
Some people are not going to make it.
Definitely. I might be one of them too, but I'm just saying I'm trying to stay on the right path. So I can't stand around and listen to everybody gossip about everybody else. Okay, that's what they do after church.
But why do you think some people are not going to make it?
Because that's what it says in the Word. That's what it says in the Word. It says it in the Bible. That a lot of us is not going to make it. It says that.
And you could tell there's some people that are not going to make it.
And like I said, I might be one of them. We don't know who's them people going to be. We don't know.
So you're not judging anybody, but
no,
you know
I don't want to
some
judge
people just not going to make it.
Right, and then I might be one of them people too, but I don't want to stand around and judge nobody. That's my thing. I think that's why I'm a loner, because I don't like to get into gossip. And like I said, it's a lot of that goes. I don't want to get into no clique.
They have cliques in the church?
And everywhere you go, it's a clique. Even on your job, it's a clique. Cliques everywhere, and I don't want to get caught up in that kind of stuff because it leads you astray. You start listening to other people's opinion instead of what's in your heart. That's what I feel. In this day and age, I'm trying to deal with the heart and the soul. Not what nobody else think, not what nobody else says about me. We did all that when we was kids. I'm past that. Done that. I'm finished. I'm trying to live positively. I want positive thoughts. I don't want negativity. It's just too much of that in the world already. Why do I want to distribute to that? I don't want to do that.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Just love family. Families are all about in love. Love and family.
Love and family?
Love and family.
That's it?
Love and family.
Okay.
That's the key.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the interview.
Oh, I forget. Why do they call you Fannie? Is that your...
Well, let me tell you about this name of mine. My name Fannie, I hated it for a long time. Because I always had to, people always wanted to spell it with a Y, and I wanted my name spelled right with an I-E. And I hated it because my sister's name is Barbara. My sister's name is Patricia. Why couldn't I get it sounds like an old person name. I thought about this name, and once my mom explained to me why she named me Fannie, because I was named after my great-great-grandmother, I felt proud.
Your great-great-grandmother?
Yes, I was named after her, so I felt proud ever since she told me that. But I used to hate that name. Because it made me...
Did she tell you what she was like, your great-grandmother?
Yeah, I knew her before she died.
Who was she?
She was a real nice, gentle lady.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a nice, gentle lady.
So
She was real old when I remember.
You remember your grandparents?
No.
Just her?
Yeah.
Your great-great-grandmother? She was gentle and
Right.
What did she do for a living?
She was old when I remember her.
Okay.
She was very old.
Oh,
She wasn't doing anything.
You did meet her one time?
She was very old.
Okay.
I don't even know. But I just know I was named after her. My mother said I was... The word Fannie means freedom.
Okay. So that's where it comes from, freedom?
I think that's why I'm such a loner.
So what do you... Freedom is that's deep.
I know, and I try to think on it. I try to comprehend it a little bit more every year.
Okay.
And I came to the conclusion, I think that's why I stay to myself a lot, because I want to get caught up in other things. I want to stay free and true to myself.
Right.
I did that as a teenager, a kid, trying to fit in, trying to do that. And no matter what you do, people are going to talk about you. So please yourself if you don't please nobody else.
But I mean, freedom, that's also like the freedom movement.
Right, it is. Freedom could be anything. It could be free on your mind, free in your heart, free in your walk. Freedom could mean anything.
So it's not related to, for you, it's not related to the freedom movement?
No, because I don't know too much about it.
It's just called freedom?
Yeah, if it ain't nothing but
that means that
drugs, free off alcohol, free from anything, free from your mind, free from negative thoughts.
You never had a problem with that?
Oh yes, I did when I was when I got grown, thought I was wrong, but I went to recover. Drugs and alcohol.
What kind?
Alcoholism was in my family.
What kind of drug?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Yeah.
But I mean...
But I went to rehab and I haven't had any problem with it.
Intravenous?
What you mean intravenous?
Like in a needle, with the needle?
No,
just
smoked it.
Like crack?
Crack, right, yeah.
So then you went to Project Rehab?
Not Project Rehab. I went to a place for women's only. It was called Our Hope on Lion Street.
Okay, I heard it.
And I stayed there for 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
I've been clean ever since.
So...
That's addiction is in my family.
Addiction is in the family?
That's why I say that's why we left my father, because I think he was a weekend alcoholic.
Because he was a weekend alcoholic? But, okay, so addiction...
Addiction behavior, I should say.
Addictive behavior, but other people didn't have a problem with...
I can't talk about other people. I'm only talking about me on this film. All right?
Thank you. I thought you could stop me at any time.
Okay.
Okay, so, but I appreciate the fact that you say that you did have a problem.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And that you took care of it.
Right.
Okay. But sometimes people...
You only gonna get help when you want the help. I didn't do it when
No, but
they,
sometimes people have to fall 2 or 3 times.
right.
Did you have to go through that too or no?
Um,
You know what I mean? They get together.
I always worked when I was on drugs, so.
Okay, especially with cocaine.
Yeah, I
You'll-
always
you'll
worked. If
st-
I couldn't buy
you'll
it,
stop.
I didn't steal, I didn't do none of that.
But I'm saying you'll stop, but then once you get a paycheck, then you start over.
Right. That's what
did
that's
you
the way it
go through that a
was.
few times?
Yes, I went through that. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So you went through that a few times.
But it took my oldest sister and my niece Connie, my brothers and them, they did an intervention. When I lived
What's
on
an intervention?
intervention is where your family come together and tell you how you hurt them. It's not just affecting you, it's affecting them too because they see that it's not you anymore and your
So they
behavior.
gang up on you.
I don't call it ganging up, I call it an intervention because that's what it was for me. My
Okay.
family was letting me know it wasn't just about me. I wasn't just hurting myself because that's where you be at when you're an addict. You think it's just all about you. You don't realize you're hurting the people, your family and friends and all that. They seeing you go through changes. You hurting
So
them
your
too. It's
family
a-
went to help you.
yeah,
So
they
went and talked. So they talked to somebody.
no,
they
my
told them to
niece,
do
my
an
niece and
intervention.
my niece and
I
my
mean,
sister and my brother came to my house and they talked to me. They told me
But I
they
mean,
knew I was
they
doing
must
drugs.
have got information from a counselor or somebody, and then they went to you. No.
No, they just came as my
They
family.
got together.
They
as a
didn't
family,
go
said,
to
"We need-
them.
We need to talk.
After
to you."
they talked to me, I would stay with my sister for a weekend and they called a rehab place which was on, it used to be behind the old hospital of Boston and Plymouth, but it ain't there no more. It was called
Oh.
Metropolitan Hospital.
Metropolitan, okay,
But it was a rehab
starting point,
behind.
starting point.
Turning point.
Turning point.
They called there and they told
Okay.
them to keep, they didn't have
I worked at starting point for a while.
they didn't have no
And it's connected
rooms
to
for
Turning
me.
Point, yeah.
that weekend, but to keep, they gave them some things to keep me from getting bored, lonely, all this stuff. And then when they found out the place on Lion Street, they just called out of the telephone book, found the places on their own.
Okay.
That's what my family does. We
Gentleman
help-
house?
No, I went to an all-women gentleman house
Oh,
down
you
the
went to-
street.
That gentleman house was down the street, okay.
Yep, gentleman's house was for the men's and
Right.
our hope was for
And
the
that
ladies.
was for the lady. Okay, I got
Mm-hmm.
you. Now I got it.
That's where I went.
Okay. And you were there like 6 or 7 months, so that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
because you could you could sign yourself stay as long as you want. I stayed for 6 months because I was scared to go back outside.
Okay.
You was supposed to go for only 30 to 60 days, but I kept signing in because I was scared to get back out there.
So you got extra treatment, which is good. That's- the more treatment, the longer.
you
know,
they
you know.
couldn't. No.
Okay. So you learned a lot in the program. What sort of things did you learn
What
about
you-
yourself? I mean, you learned a lot.
I had a lot of low self-esteem. I knew that,
So you.
and that's what I'm talking about. That thing where you start letting people tell you how to live. You get caught up in that peer pressure. People saying, "Do this, do that, try it, this, that." I don't want to live like that. That ain't me. And see, I believe you learn when you have low self-esteem. Anybody can talk you into anything because you're trying to fit in.
You're trying to fit in.
Yeah, you want to be like them, them. I want to be popular like them. I want to do it, and you know you got to do something bad to be popular.
So you're trying to fit in. That means other people in the neighborhood are going through the same problem.
I can't say that. I'm talking about me.
I got you.
I can't say that.
But you weren't there. You said you got to try to fit in somewhere.
Yeah, because there was people around me that did that, which in the midst, I was working 2 jobs. I have always worked 2 jobs my whole life. So I was in the midst of going to school, working 2 jobs, and seemed like I wasn't doing or getting no, I would have money. Yeah, I had lots of money in savings accounts. I had money of boo-boo, but I didn't have no friends. And that's what I longed for. That's where the insecurity came in. I always longed for friends. But it seemed like every time I got one, they would do something wrong to me or expect me to do all this because see, I was the girl that kept good money, nice cars, nice house because I only had 1 child. It was just me and him. And I have always worked 2 jobs for my son never to want for anything.
So,
And he had everything and anything a kid could have. That's why I said he spoiled brat because I did that. Money don't buy love.
so did it, some of this substance abuse, did it have to do with love?
I can't tell you.
Break up?
All I found out when I was in the counselor that I had issues with my father. You know, they always find some kind of issue, but I didn't believe half the stuff they said. But I went through the whole program, and I got what I needed out of it, and I left the rest of it alone.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Okay, so you took what you needed, and that was it.
Right.
And some of the other stuff you didn't.
Right, I didn't agree with.
Wasn't that necessary? You
Yeah.
didn't agree with it.
Right.
But you took what you needed.
I took it and held on
So
to
has it
stuff.
how long has it helped you get clean, Steve?
I've been clean for 17 years.
Oh, okay. Okay, and just keep going a day at a time, like
Right,
this.
right.
Did you go to AA meetings or anything?
I used to go to NA meetings.
NA.
I went to AA meeting and they separate us from NA.
Right.
NA accepts everyone. AA don't like when you do drugs.
Right.
But they both a drug. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But AAA separates themselves from NA. But NA accept all and everyone.
Okay.
Because that's what we say. I'm an addict. And we say we allergic to alcohol and drugs. But at AAA, they don't want to say you're allergic to alcohol. But it's a recovery place. You're supposed to be able to go there and be able to let go of your feelings and your anxieties so you can be clean another day. But they don't accept you like that with AA.
Do you get urges once in a while? Or?
No, I ain't got urges in years.
You got urges in your
No. I don't even think about it.
Okay.
And I feel for people that get accused of certain things because they're on drugs. That's not always so. It's what's in you that causes you to do the things that you do. It's what's in you. It don't have nothing to do with the drug. I don't believe that.
What do you mean what's in you?
It's in you already. It's just the drugs is bringing it out of you.
Okay, when it's in you already, meaning you.
You know, like a lot of people were stealing and doing prostituting and all that. That was in you before. It's just the drugs brought it out of you. I don't believe all that. I don't believe drugs cause you to commit crimes. I worked every day. I did not commit one crime while I was doing drugs. It's because I worked every day. I spent my own money on it. When I was done, I was done. I believe it's in you before you do it.
So if you're stealing and all that, that's because you're already a thief.
It was in you.
It was already in you. And so that helped you because you said, I'm working and it's taking all my money.
Yeah.
And I can't afford it.
Right.
I like it, but I can't afford it.
I didn't even like it.
Oh, you didn't even like it?
I didn't even enjoy it.
Okay.
I felt like a prisoner in my home when I did it. I didn't see no pleasure in it. I seen no pleasure in it.
So why were you doing it?
That's what people was doing.
So you just
I told you that peer
went through the
pressure.
routine, the peer pressure.
The peer pressure. Hanging out with people.
So you had hanging out with different people, which we don't need to mention their names.
Right. We're not going to mention their names.
I don't want their names.
What time is it? Is it 2 o'clock? I gotta go.
No, it's just the final thing. What do you want to say about it?
I said the final already.
Okay.
Love and family.
Love and family.
As long as you keep those two things, you'll be all right.
Fannie, thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.